Well, there's one area where the person wasn't really tested, the goalkeeper. And there was not pushed to his limits today, but you still question about his long-term ability in the goal. Or would it be Lemons in goal? We're not entirely certain where the direction is going to be, but I thought it was interesting because when De Gea joined in 2011, it was the same window as you, and he got blasted. Week in, week out, after almost every single game, I'm sure you remember.
Yeah.
He would then stay for, what, 12 years? Hundreds of games for this great club, and going down as one of the greatest ever players to have donned the jersey. So, what advice do you have for the goalkeepers here? And do you think, do you believe they are one of the two are the men to go forward for United?
Think to be a number one for Man United, you have to have an unbelievable mentality.
And that's what De Gea had.
Unbelievable mentality. I always say the best, for me, I don't know what you think, Danny, but the best players in the world have this ability and this aura about them where they don't, in a nice way, they don't care. They make a mistake, they get the ball, wherever they are on the pitch, fans are booing, they don't care. And De Gea had an ability that over the last year, his first year, he almost became like rhino skin, like nothing could
bother him.
Nothing could bother him. And he'd make mistakes and he'd get back on with it, and he was brilliant in training, and he just got through that period. He managed to get through that period by hard work. You know, you got to remember he was a young goalkeeper, but he'd already had experience in the Champions League for Atletico Madrid, which is a massive club. The one thing I'll say when you come to Man United, I think you have to have that experience of playing in the Champions League, of playing in high pressure situations and in games, and maybe, you know, Bayern has not been used to that. Maybe the new goalkeeper, the new signing, has not been used to that. But, you know, time will tell. We shall wait and see.
It probably didn't help that another legend, some would say the greatest keeper ever for this club, comes out and says he's never heard of the new keeper. Says that United made a mistake. They should have gone for Martinez. They should have gone for Donnarumma because they were available in the window.
Yeah, it's easy to listen when we sit here and talk. It's easy to sit here and say that. Look, Peter Schmeichel's a legend. Obviously, I know him. I played with his son Casper. But
Scholes, I think, also came out and said roughly the same thing.
Listen, yeah, and listen, we don't know that yet, do we? We haven't seen him put a Man United shirt and play at Old Trafford yet. So time will tell. Listen, we don't know the plan. Yes, they spent a lot of money on him to come in. Maybe he's not quite ready yet. You know, he's come. Listen, to come from abroad to England, especially Manchester, it's tough. You might need just some time to settle in, get used to the environment, get used to the training, get used to the intensity of training. So let's just see what happens over the next, coming weeks, and then we'll judge him once he started playing.
Well, there is no choice but one of those two keepers right now, simply because the transfer window's shut. Except for Tom Heaton, maybe. Well, you just glanced at me.
No.
I don't know why you glanced at me like that.
Tom, listen, let me tell you now. Tom Heaton's a top goalkeeper. And when I was there and he's third choice, his professionalism around the training ground is exempt. He leads by example. He wants to help people. He's a terrific goalkeeper and has been in the Premier League for many years.
The experience counts for something.
And you know, when we were going through, recently we're going through all those problems with the goalkeepers and making mistakes and costing games and stuff. You know, I was one that's saying, well, why wouldn't Tom be given a shout? I'm sure he'd be disappointed, especially not playing in maybe the Grimsby game. But no, Tom's a top goalkeeper. No mistake about that.